Hello, welcome back to Lenz's Heroes Are Awesome and Cool Teams Edition, Episode 3. In this episode is the second part of the three-episode trilogy of talking about X-Force. In this episode, I'm talking about the second X-Force team, who was later named X-Statix, my least favorite team. Created by Peter Milligan and Mike Alfred. You may recognize Mike Alfred's name because he's drawn FF, and he's currently drawing. He's currently doing the artwork for Silver Surfer. Peter Milligan. One second here. He's done some X-Men stuff, yes, but this group was only around just for, and Kenny was around for X-Force 116 to 120 and 116, one noteworthy of that, very first Marvel comic not to have the Comic Code Authority's seal approval on a regular basis, despite the fact that the first comics not to have that was Amazing Spider-Man 96-98, otherwise known as the Green Goblin Returns story. Yes, the reason why that was is because at the time, Stan Lee, who was reaching toward the end of his run at the time, his first run, he did write some issues after that, but of his first 100 issues, he was asked by the Department of Health to write a story about drugs. He said, okay, I'll do it. He did a story. The Comic Authority said no to the story because they would not allow stories relating to drugs. And this is, of course, around 1970. So Stanley took it to his editor, I don't know who it was at the time, and he said, okay, I loved it. Put these 3 issues out. And the issue sold so well that the Comic Code Authority had their very first update to their rule policy. And of course, along with that, had basically allowed monsters to return to comics. Now, give or take. That is basically a side thing, but it's a good thing to bring up. Not much to say about this team. They're just a reality show team. I did not really care for this team very much. Oh, there's also X-Statix, the 26-issue series, and of course the first issue just had to be a homage to Giant Size X #1. Of course, it was a Giant Size issue anyways. It was a terrible series. I didn't like it. It's my least favorite X-Force series, X-Force team and series. I despise the artwork. As a matter of fact, the last story pretty much killed the series. X-Statix versus the Avengers. Good God. Mike Alfred had no idea how to draw Captain America. I mean, I saw the artwork. It was terrible. And the group itself was stupid. I only liked 2 people. Out of the entire group, I only liked 2 members. One was Dupe, because I thought he was an interesting character, and plus he's still in the X-Men comics today. Not very much, though, but he's a cool character just to see, not to particularly read about. There's also Dead Girl, who appeared in the Fallout miniseries. X-Statix Presents Dead Girl, which simply just follows the aftermath of X-Statix, which pretty much they just had to kill all those members except for Dupe and maybe a couple others. In a story called They Got Killed in the Boys R Us Massacre, which pretty much killed the team and their coach. Stupid. Yeah. It was a stupid idea anyways. Well, it was a good idea to end the team. I'm sure for a fact the series was suffering because nobody liked this team anyways. Heck, even I read them. I read all 26 issues of X-Statix, and I read their run on X-Force. Yeah. I read their run. The run for X-Force was okay. But X-Statix, good God. Stories were so stupid. Didn't like it. Possibly, in my opinion, one of the worst ongoing series Marvel Comics has ever put out. And here's the thing. Has the group ever reformed? Nope. They've had maybe one character return from that series, and that's Dupe. He's the only one still around. And he's got his own miniseries. All new Dupe. I'm like, okay, I haven't read the issues yet, but it seems like Mike Alfred is doing the artwork. Pretty much anytime there's an issue featuring Dupe and Wolverine X-Men, he does the artwork. Which I'm like, why does he do the artwork for? To me, I think it's a little stupid, the fact he does the artwork for that. Heck, his artwork just as weird, as dumb as the artwork that Albert, that's his name, Mike Albert, excuse me. His artwork is as weird as Chris Pacello's artwork. And Chris Pacello did the first almost 24 issues of Wolverine and the X-Men before they got better artists in the title. Yeah, of course he headed the Mad Max. I don't really care for his style very much, so I'll still read the comic despite the fact he does the artwork. I just don't care. I just want to read the comic so I can get with. Well, that's all I can think of because the group itself is no longer on, just Dupe. Of course, Dupe, all he's doing is hanging out Wolverine and the X-Men. That's pretty much it. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I also heard in the first issue of All New Dupe, he's acting like a real pervert trying to peeping Tom, and he's videotaping Kitty Pryde in the shower. That's what I've heard that he did in that issue. If I do get a chance to read All New Dupe and trade paperback, I will. But it all depends if I can find it whenever it does come out. My guess is probably it's not going to come out until August. Give or take. I don't really care. And that's pretty much it. I don't feel enthusiastic basically talking about X-Statix. Don't like it. Don't care about it. I'm just glad they're gone. I don't have to worry about the series anymore. Now, in the next video, I'm going to talk about the next sports incarnation I love so much. The Wolverine incarnation. Well, see you in my next video for episode number 4 of Teams Edition. Oh, and one other thing. The numbering for this show is completely different from my Heroes Occur Awesome Any Year series. This is a spin-off series. Okay? I talk about teams. Each one of these spin-offs has a specific thing to it. Like teams, it's about team history in some points. There's also the objects. I haven't talked about objects yet, or vehicles. They're basically what they talk about. And as for how long some of these series will go, teams will go for some time until I run out of teams to talk about. Vehicles and objects, objects go for some time, but vehicles, I probably won't take me very long to get through them. Okay? So that's pretty much it. There's like no more reading material when it comes to X-Force. If you want to read this X-Force incarnation, go ahead. I don't care. So see you on my next video where I talk about Wolverine's X-Force. Bye.